Hi everybody, it's Michelle Stimson. Thank you so much for just taking a moment. I want to encourage some of you who are artists, who are authors, who are in some way trying to use your gift to glorify the kingdom. As you may know, I recently started this task, or I guess assignment, along with my co-author of the book Deacon Brown's Daughters, with Cassandra McLaughlin. She and I started looking at making this a film, and what has come out of that has actually opened up our eyes to a whole lot of other things that the Lord is doing. And so I just wanted to share with you some encouraging words that I heard from other people as I was starting this new journey. So the first one that I want to share with you came from Iris Bolling. I met Iris last year, I believe it was, at an event in North Carolina put on by LaShira Lee. And it was awesome because we were sitting there, we were watching something that she had shot, something of a web series, a series of pieces work based on her work. And so she was the first person that I knew that and it was so funny because when I looked at her, I thought, yeah, she could be my cousin. And I think I like what she's doing. So I emailed her when this whole film bug kind of started going in my mind. And she emailed me back so graciously and said, I'm not a conventional movie maker. I do what makes sense for me and my film. And I handle things as they come up. And I just thought, yeah, I like that. So that was one thing that she shared with me that just kind of gave me the confidence to go ahead and move forward. I also got a chance to talk extensively with McLaughlin. Some of you know him from his novels, and he also has a production company, a film production company. So he is not far from me. He lives maybe 30 or 40 minutes away. So I kind of had a couple of conversations with him, just kind of picked his brain. And one thing that he said to me that, again, just stirred up my gifts and filled me with the confidence to move forward. He said, you know what, Michelle, you have been directing characters all this time as you were writing books. You need to know that. It just hit me like, yeah, I tell my characters what to do and they do it. So it was interesting to me that he kind of was able to make that correlation, make that analogy for me so that I could see, okay, yeah, I'm good. I can move forward in this realm, which is so brand new to me. So some of you have been following Cash Tate, who is also a multi-published author. She, a couple of weeks ago, I think, started, or maybe last week it was, started kind of video journaling her calling and her journey toward making a web series. So I emailed her and I let her know that I was so encouraged by her videos, and we both agree that God is really up to something, because those of us who have been writing novels for His glory are kind of getting this new vision for sharing that same message in a different medium. And she emailed me back and said, I'm so glad we can encourage one another on this path. We've agreed to pray for one another as we both move forward in this in these endeavors. So that was the next one. Then, even before that, I talked to Tiffany Warren. A lot of you know her because we both kind of write in the same genre. And when I first kind of got the idea, well, it wasn't first. I think it was a little bit further along, but she and I talked for a pretty good while. And she just encouraged me and says, you can do this, Michelle. The industry's changing. We talked about how things are changing in music, with books, and the same thing's happening with film. These gatekeepers that we've always had are not necessarily there anymore. And the way that people view TV, the way that people get books is not the same as it was just 5 or 6 years ago. And so I'm really excited about this. So Tiffany was an encouragement, and she said to me, if you need anything, let me know. I can send people your way. I know people. She is such an encouragement to me. She always has been, by the way. So that's another encouragement from another author. So I'm taking a class right now at a local junior college, learning about post-production, pre-production, script writing, all these different things that go into this. Now, I'm not doing all of that. I'm just telling y'all, I'm not gonna be behind the camera and in front of the camera, and we'll talk about that later. But I want to know the process. I want to go into it having some idea of what to expect. So in my class, I'm learning that you don't talk about it. You don't talk about filming so much. You don't talk about how to get good angles. You don't talk about this composition. You need to actually do it. You don't need to sit around looking at a whole bunch of books and reading and all. You need to go get a camera and take some pictures and shoot some film in order for you to understand what's really going on. And to do some things wrong so that when the time comes that you need to do it right, you know what you're doing. So that has been interesting to me. Even as I'm shooting here in this room, I'm aware that I kind of look better if I'm off to the side and have something in the background going on. This is probably too much. I know there's some people that ask me what this was. These are actually my journals. I shoot in this room a lot if you've seen some of my videos. These are journals from, I don't know, going back to 2005 or maybe 2002. And then these are some of my books and an award that I received, a Henry Award. So that's what's going on behind me. But all of this is a matter of having depth, which is a new term for me, in my work. So I'm learning some things. And so this whole idea of actually doing something is not something that is new to me. It's new to me as a filmmaker, but it is not new to me as a writer. Those of you who have been thinking about and talking about and planning to write a book for like 6 years now, you just gotta start writing. It does not have to be perfect. I just shared with some people earlier this week, do not be married to your first draft because it's not going to work out. You're gonna have to fix something. It's not gonna work out with the first draft. Be okay with that, but you've got to just start writing. If you wait for everything to line up, that's never gonna happen. And I'm finding that's almost the case with the film too. I mean, things get started, someone has an issue, the funding does this. I mean, weird things happen. You just have to be ready to roll with it. All right. So I have a friend named Elliott who writes a lot of textbooks, and he's a computer guy. But he made a film about, 10 years ago, and we were sitting down talking about the budget for the film and blah, blah, blah. And he said to me, well, Michelle, it doesn't have to be your money. I went, yeah, you should have never told me that, Alec. But here's the thing that he said to me that was so powerful. He said, Michelle, you give to other people. People want to give. People want to help when they know you're doing the work of the Lord. And so you need to start asking everyone that you know, all of your friends, all of your family, start with them. Because if your friends and your family and the people who know you won't give anything to you, then that's a problem. That they know something about you that probably the rest of the people don't know, maybe. But when you can go to your friends and your family and the people who really, really know you first and get some capital, then you can go out to the other people and say, hey, we've raised this much already. Can you add to what we've done? There's grants. There's all kinds of things going on that you need to look at. It does not have to be your money. All the money belongs to the Lord anyway. Y'all, that just, when he started telling me it didn't have to be my money, and I started thinking, well, yeah, my father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Yeah, I'm going to have to, yeah. It just opened my mind to how much I have sowed into other people's lives and how much people are also willing to sow just one to another for the purposes of the kingdom of God. And so his words to me were so helpful. You may know the life coach, Cassandra Washington. She said something in a meeting in March of this year that kind of goes with what Alan said. She said to me, or she said to us all actually, that before she could start her life coaching business as a full-time, this is my job business, she had to get rid of what she called limited thinking. Thinking there's a limit to what God will do with what he's called you to do, with the purposes that he's put in your life. She said, you have got to get over this idea that there is a ceiling to what God will do. And when I started thinking about it, I started thinking about the fact that his love endures forever. His mercy endures forever. I think sometimes we get this idea that his mercy is going to cut off in the morning, or it's going to be the very next time you mess up, that's going to be the last mercy that there will be. Well, if his mercy and his love endures forever, let me just back up. Forget about a film, forget about money. The thing of it is, can we believe that his love is that good? Is it that good? Like, to the point where you are saved for real? That you have the righteousness of Christ 24/7? That you are in Christ 24/7? See, if you can believe that, and you know that's a miracle, because you know you, and you know what you do. But if you know that Christ has forgiven you 2,000 years ago for what's going to happen 2 years from now, and you haven't even done it yet, or said it yet, or allowed yourself to play in that thought yet, if you can believe that, these other things are just a bunch of nothing. So that blessed me from Cassandra. One thing that I've learned, and that is really hitting me as an author, as a person who has written a lot of books, because when you write a book, it's very isolating. You're sitting in your room, it's just you, and you're the boss of everything, and you don't really need to consult with other people because it's your book, right? Well, I'm telling you, this whole idea of all this teamwork has changed me because I didn't realize, and somebody had told me this, one person told me this, that I was a bit of a control freak. I had hired her for something, and she said, well, you kind of need to kind of step back a little bit. And I was just like, I just wasn't ready to hear that. I'm realizing how important it is to listen to other people's ideas, not just give lip service to the idea of listening to other people's ideas, but to really say, oh, let me listen to what you have to say. And it probably is something that we need to do. All right, Cindy Trimm wrote a book called Command Your Morning. I think it was Command Your Morning, Command Your Day. And so I looked in the back of that book and took a lot of what she had to say and kind of cross-referenced it to the scriptures, and came up with my own Command My Morning kind of list of things that I started saying to myself and saying it to the world, to the spirit world, every single day. And I think something happened. I was somewhere last week, and that list got caught up somewhere in a thing with some books, and I didn't have it for like a week. So I go hunting for the thing like yesterday morning, and I finally found it, pulled it out, started reading that thing again for the first time with like these fresh eyes. I haven't seen it for a whole week. Man, every single thing that I had been speaking, I am an enterprising individual. I help people get jobs. I invest in kingdom initiatives and provide good jobs for other people. I guess I thought that meant I was gonna give people editing jobs, which I have done. That has been good too. But it's another level now. When you're working with production people and working with editing people, you are giving people. I mean, I just started reading this stuff, and it was like, man, every single thing I've been like confessing for a long time. I shouldn't even say that. It hadn't been that long, maybe 6 months or so. Everything that I've been speaking has been coming to pass. And I didn't even realize it until I was away from speaking for like a week. And so all of that to say, speak. As I was praying to the Lord about it, He said, you're not speaking enough. Like, you thinking, you imagining, but I need the words to come out of your mouth. Words that say, everything I need, the Lord supply. Say that. Don't just sit there and look at a bill. You can't be sitting around talking to people about $50,000, $500,000. What does this actor cost? You can't be talking to people and thinking like, are we talking about monopoly money or real money? You can't be doing that and then coming home and going, oh, this is terrible. We're not gonna be able to do this. I need a second job. I need like 3 jobs, right? If it's $50,000, it might as well be $5 million, because either way, I don't have it just lying around to just be doing stuff with, right? So speak, and most speak. And the last thing that I have, last but not least, obviously, is pray. so much is opening up in my mind, stuff that I never would have considered before, places I didn't know, people I never met. And it's opening up because I believe God is so excited when we say, God, this is going to be you. It's going to be all you. It's going to have to be you. I don't even know all these people. I don't understand the industry. The industry, even as I speak, is evolving. You know, I need you. And I just believe God is so excited and so happy when somebody says, God, you do this. I know he's probably like, yes, finally, I get to do something. People are actually interceding. They're inviting me into things. And what I don't want to do, and what I encourage you not to do, is to take the reins back. To be like, all right, God, thank you. I got it from here. No. It's his from the beginning to the end. We're just kind of along for the ride. Like, oh, you did that? Thank you, God. He is good. Thank you so much. I hope this has been an encouragement to you. Thank you to all of you who are encouraging me with phone calls, email messages, videos that you're posting. I mean, I've been in YouTube University just learning stuff from people, right? Like, it's really all on there for real, if you really want to know the truth. But I'm grateful for you. I hope that you will enjoy the journey with us, and you'll be looking out for more stuff about our productions. We really are looking at not just making one film, but just becoming a powerhouse of films for the Lord. So I bless you. I thank you, and God bless you in the work of your hands as well.